You are watching
Trinity Episcopal School Production Network, TESPN.
Alright everyone, welcome back to TESPN Titan Takeover. It's been a while, but we're back. I'm Ryan Lloyd, joined here by my co-host
Sophia Moore.
And we got a lot to catch up on. A lot of the Trinity teams have been doing extremely well this spring season. A lot of sports. It's our heaviest season in regards to sports. We have 8 teams out there competing every single week. They're out there practicing every single day, and it's really good to see how much it's paid off. And speaking of how much hard work has paid off, boys lacrosse off to their best season in a couple of years. They're 6-5 on the year. They spent a ton of time in preseason really working on some fundamentals, trying to get everything down, and they definitely had some great senior leadership from Caden Clark, who just came back from an injury, Taylor Benson, along with Declan Keith, who you'll see in a couple of clips, have done really, really well in the past couple games. They were able to take down Norfolk Collegiate 10-9 in a real nail-biter of a game that really came down to the last minute. So it's just really great to see how much success that team has had.
And I think it's really good to have like previous seasons be kind of like those rebuilding, like really getting a team together, to then have that one season that just really pays off with all the hard work that's put into a game.
Yeah, those guys have really worked so hard. Greg Gallagher, another one of those really standout players who has really been stepping up and performing on the year. So we're just going to kind of see how that goes. They're ranked 14th right now in the VISA poll, so a little bit of room to grow and to get up that ladder, but it's an extremely competitive division. But I definitely know that probably with a few more wins in key areas, they can climb up that ladder and have a real good shot at the state tournament. Taking a look at some clips from lacrosse, this is going to be Taylor Benson's goal. He's going to be able to wiggle around 2 defenders. Penalty will be thrown, but Taylor doesn't care, goes in and shoots anyways. Phenomenal goal to really extend the lead to 6 over Fuma just in the first couple minutes. Next clip, we got Declan Keith, a defender with a long stick coming in. This game well out of reach, but in the closing stages, Declan able to come up all the way upfield, evade 1 defender, 2 defenders, come in, and tough angle. Coming up for boys lacrosse, they'll play Luray on Saturday, and then the following Monday they'll play St. Chris at 4:30. All right, heading to softball now.
So right now we're ranked 4th in VISA with a 5-6 record. I think this season has definitely been a lot more challenging. We're used to really being kind of almost like number 1 kind of in LIS, and we're kind of facing more challenges as other softball teams are continuing to grow, but kind of finding our place, still being like a good team, obviously, kind of working together, finding that community that we've always had has been kind of lifting us up and getting us back on track.
Yeah, I completely agree. I think it really goes to show you guys right now have a losing record at 5-6, which is obviously something that you don't want out of any season, no matter who you're playing. But I think it's also important to mention that you're ranked 4th in VISA right now. So I think that really goes to show that despite maybe a record that isn't what you would want it, you can the results are there because you're still getting ranked high enough by the committee. So I think that's just really impressive.
Yeah, and I think like especially with the committee still being able to recognize that we were playing a lot of like harder teams this season, kind of putting a lot more challenge on us, that we're still able to stay aggressive and stay like on par with these teams like Potomac. They've always been kind of ahead of us, but this year I think we had one of our best games against them, which I think it was a score of 2-1 or like 1-0, something like that.
Yeah, and this team is almost the same as last year. Last year you guys only lost 1 senior, that being your star pitcher, but being able to build off the chemistry that's there. I know that you got a couple new girls who are playing really well. It's really interesting to see how that lineup has kind of changed, and I know pitching rotations are a bit different this year, but I think it's gone pretty well so far.
It has definitely.
Right here is going to be a crucial play in the Trinity Collegiate game with senior captain Alex Geeson hitting a single that's going to bring the Titans up 4-3 at the top of the 6th. Right here, another amazing hit by senior Olivia Galladay. This play right here is going to break the game open, make it really hard for Collegiate to bring it back. Up for the Titans, playing rivals St. Catherine's at 4:30 on the 25th and on the 27th against Flint Hill at 12.
Moving on to girls lacrosse, they've done pretty well this year. They're currently sitting at 7-4 on the year. They're ranked ninth in Vista. Yesterday they had a really great win over crosstown public school rival in Douglas Freeman. That game finished 12-9. They've got two really college committed players in Julia and Catherine Pollard. Catherine back from her knee injury recently, so that's been a real help. Leading goal scorer for the Titans, hit 100 goals last year, and I think is on track to break the record for goal scoring as a Trinity lacrosse player. Excuse me.
Yeah, I know we've definitely had quite a few injuries across all different sports, so it's really good to have like kind of those big pieces of the teams back, so we can kind of get back on track almost. But I think every single team this year has been having one of their best seasons yet, probably, especially like the Lax teams.
Yeah, completely agree. They've also had a lot of good help. Freshman Caroline Ashoff has really stepped into a predominant role on that team, playing exceptionally well. High Point commit Campbell Rowe has played extremely well, along with Alexa Mitchell, who also is a real phenomenal player. All of them have stepped up and definitely formed the core of that group. Tremendous on the field and really close off the field, which always helps to build that chemistry up. Also, a few days ago, they got a 15-2 win over Trinity Christian, so able to take care of business and really continue forward.
Foul, probably smart move.
All right, we'll
there.
jump over
Ashoff
to
was in
girls
on
lacrosse.
goal.
You got Caroline Ashoff on this
Coming
one,
with a full head of steam
currently
instead,
on a hat trick
able to
with
pull
2
her
goals
back.
In this game.
Of course, for
Third
that
period, you got
circle.
about 7 minutes
Ashoff
left.
ducks
Ball
underneath,
comes
gets in and scores.
the
Well
quick
done by Ashoff.
Pass in, and the goal goes in.
Generated
Phenomenal
that
play
chance,
by her to
then
complete
able
the hat trick, 3
come
goals in the
get the
game.
goal.
And then
Immediately
this
fouled.
game all tied
It's gonna
up.
be a
Last
chance
seconds of
for
the
Pollard to
game.
end it
The
all
Titans
right
never
here.
led in this game
Pollard
yet,
inside,
as you'll
backhand
see in
shot.
just a few
She
seconds.
scores! She scores!
Julia Pollard will drive
Pollard!
in, game-winning goal.
Her
Phenomenal
second goal of
for
the
that
game,
team
and that's
to go move on
gonna
and
do
get some
it.
momentum going forward. Coming up for girls lacrosse, they'll play Catholic on Thursday, and then Friday they'll head to crosstown rival St. Gertrude's.
So now we're going to go around the horn with the teams that don't have clips. Starting with baseball, right now their record lying at 6-6 with a few losses against Catholic, Stab, and Collegiate, but a big win against FUMA.
Yeah, that team has a ton of talent. Just one senior in Brandon Ridley, a couple of standout juniors, and then a really refined pitching rotation, including Lawson McLeod, Jalen German, along with a couple other guys that have really been able to throw a lot of batters off. Jalen and Lawson both throw low 90s, high 80s, which is unbelievably fast for 2 sophomores. And then they have Jack Norman coming in, who kind of throws more in that high 70s range, which completely confuses all the batters. And they've had a really good defensive shout throughout the year. I think they'll be willing to admit that their offense, in terms of hitting, hasn't really been where they want it to be. This year they've kind of struggled at the plate, but I know it's something that they're really working on, and I think if they can kind of turn up in some of those, they'll be able to do it. They dropped a close game to Catholic just the other day, 4-3. So they're going into a couple of series now in the prep league that are really crucial. That you mentioned they lost that game to Collegiate, but that's really not a game to hang your head on too much. That Collegiate team is a real powerhouse, sitting at number 1 in Vista. So I think the baseball team just kind of moving forward. We know they got a ton of talent. It's just whether they can execute on that, especially at the plate.
And I think specifically with these failure-ridden sports like baseball and softball, kind of stringing together a lineup is almost impossible, especially when 3-10, that's a good batting average right there.
Yeah, and I'm really looking forward to what they can do going forward. Turning to golf, something that I play on the team. It's been an interesting start to the year. Winning record at 4-3 right now. We'll play St. Catherine's today. Hopefully we go there and take care of business, but kind of looking forward. Got 2 real big matches later this week. Friday against number 1 ranked Woodbury Forest, and then we travel to Norfolk to play Norfolk Academy along with Collegiate in an 18-hole tri-match. The first time in a number of years that we've had an 18-hole match during the regular season, so that's going to be a great preview to states. See what's coming up on there. We dropped a we've had a lot of close games. We beat Collegiate by 1 stroke, then we beat St. Chris by 1 stroke the following day, and then the following week we tied with St. Christopher's 142 to 142. That match, ended up going to the 5th score, where St. Christopher's was able to take it by just 1 stroke, but that officially is labeled as a 142 to 142 tie. But the polling has been great for the year. We're at 4th, top 6 will make the state tournament, so I think we're definitely on track to do so, and there's definitely some movement. We play all of the teams above us in the poll for the remainder of the season, so some ability to move up there.
So moving on to girls soccer, right now the record is 8-5, being 5th in Vista.
Yeah, they just yesterday dropped a real close one to Collegiate, 0-1, and it's a real tough rival. Girls soccer has kind of historically struggled with Collegiate in the past couple of years. It's definitely been their Achilles heel in terms of performance, but it's definitely one of those crosstown rival games that you always look forward to. But girls soccer, only losing August Gregory last year, same as softball, only losing 1 senior, has that deep core that resonates throughout the team, especially in the back line. You've got CC Molesky, captain of the team, Kate Duroko in goal, phenomenal performances throughout, and then they've got a real good midfield consisting of players like Maren Snyder, who's come onto the team this year just as a freshman and played phenomenally, along with Shepard Ramsey, and then Abby Buckner is the leading goal scorer of that team up top. Real cohesiveness going throughout that lineup, and seeing how they're progressing throughout the year. They had a phenomenal comeback win the other day against Stab, down 2-0 at halftime, and then were able to come back and ended up winning that game 3-2 in the second half. Real great performance from the entire team. And then just the other day, they actually had a real nail biter against Veritas, a team they had previously beaten this season. They were able to edge that one out 1-0.
And I think definitely soccer's experienced a lot of freshmen coming in, and that kind of just shows that as the years go on, as more practice, everything, even with seniors leaving, you're having this new kind of group of people that are going to be able to still help lead the team and kind of keep a winning streak going.
Looking at boys tennis, maybe not the powerhouse that it was last year, losing both Cecilios. Roman included arguably one of the best tennis players in the entire nation, 2-time Prep League Player of the Year, so they've had to rebuild. A lot of seniors on that team, pretty senior dominant. Thomas Strickler is playing incredibly well, along with Grady Williams, new addition to that team, 2 spring sport athlete, which is quite the task. And along with Sam Needif, their current number 1, playing phenomenal. Just last week, they actually ended up tying Northcross. That was 4-4, with the 5th match being called due to rain. Trinity was up in that match.
And immediately fouled. And it's going to be a chance for Pollard to end it all right here. Pollard inside, backhand shot. She scores! She scores! Julia Pollard. Her 2nd goal of the game, and that's going to do it. 20 seconds into overtime. It's the senior captain putting it away, and the Titans will come away. Their first lead of the game is the winning lead, 10-9 final. What a game, what an effort from the Titans. As I just mentioned, never led in this game. Were able to run down the Huskies each and every time and came back. Sent this game to overtime, and it's the senior captain, Julia Pollard, who ends up putting in the backhand